If you're a personal trainer stuck at $3,000 to $5,000 a month working in a gym and watching that gym take 70% or more, I need you to stop what you're doing and listen to every word I'm about to say. Today I'm going to show you the exact system that helped me break through that $10,000 a month barrier in less than 90 days without DMs, content, referrals, and without prospecting on your gym floor. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to go from stock to $10,000 plus months as an in-person trainer, and you will have a clear path to take control of your income and your future in this industry. But before I start, I want to say that this is not for everyone. This is for in-person personal trainers specifically, who are ready to build their own business, who want to work with better clients, make more money, and have more control over their future. If you're brand new to personal training or happy making 3K a month and don't want to change anything, this is not for you. You can just close this video and don't waste your time. And you might have a question, why would I even listen to you? Because I was exactly where you are right now. I was a gym employee working my fucking ass off, making 4K a month and only getting paid for 30 bucks an hour for every client I work with. I was doing Uber on the side to make a few $100 just to pay my bills. I felt like a slave. I felt trapped, overworked, underpaid. I wanted to get out, but I just didn't know how. I did not know what to do. I had no idea. And I heard about other trainers going out on their own and making 10K a month, and it sounded like so much money to me. I couldn't believe that I could make the money. That was like a dream to me. But I looked around and I realized that nothing is gonna fucking change unless I made a change. So I went all in on learning marketing and running local ads for my personal trading business. And that changed everything. My name is Ruslan, and if you're sick of making other people rich while you struggle to pay your bills, then this might be the most important video you will ever watch. Once I implemented this system, everything changed. Within 90 days, in 1 month, I was making my quarterly gym salary, and it was not harder than what I was doing before. It was actually easier. And here's what nobody tells you about working as a gym trainer and why you're stuck no matter how hard you work. First, the math is against you. The gym is taking 60-70% of what clients pay, and sometimes more. So even if you're training clients who spend more money, you only see a fraction of what they're actually worth. Second, this is not in your gym managers' best interest to teach you business skills. They want you to come to service their clients. Go home, take a nap, sleep, and tomorrow come back and do it again and repeat it. That stable, comfortable environment is a fucking swamp. This safety is a trap, and you gotta get the hell out of there right now, because you're playing a game where you cannot win. You basically just being a highly skilled labor paid like a Walmart employee. There's only so many sessions in a day you can sell at $30 an hour, and if you work like crazy, like 200 sessions a month, this is $6,000. This is $6,000, and that's it. This is literally like maximum. But here's what I realized. There is a completely different game being played. A game where you set the rules, you control the clients, you determine the pricing, and most importantly, you keep 100% of what you earn. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you right now. This is the exact system I used to generate over 5 figures every single month as an in-person trainer. I call it 1% PT because this system allowed me to get to 1% of top earners among personal trainers in the entire country in less than 3 months, starting with 0 clients. So let's dive into it. And step 1, we gotta run an ad. So instead of waiting for the gym to maybe send you a client, you're gonna create your own streamline of qualified prospects using local advertising right here. So this is not complicated, and this is not expensive as you might think already. And here's how it works. So we're going to target people in your local area who are already looking for personal training services. And we use these specific ads that will speak directly to their pain points and position you as the authority. And the key here is this is not random gym members. Those are the people who have already decided that they want personal training and actively looking for the right trainer. So basically, with our offer on front end, they raising their hand and saying, "Hey, I need help." And most trainers think that advertising is too complicated or too expensive. But when you do it right, you can generate qualified leads for around $20 to $40 each. So quick recap here. We're running an ad on Instagram and Facebook. I like doing Instagram if you're just starting out. To our conversations. Then we're having a conversation. We're making sure that this person needs our help and we're booking them in. And if done right, you have qualified lead at the sales chapter, like a sales part, when you have an actual sales appointment for $20 to $30 to $40, $20 to $40 if done right and if qualified right and if your ads are good, if your front end is strong. Now, second thing is sales part, sales that convert. So the second step is having a simple, no pressure consultative sales process that turns those leads into high paying clients. And it's not about being pushy or using these weird manipulation tactics. It's about being genuinely helpful and positioning yourself as the expert. So here's the difference. Let me explain. Instead of competing with other trainers on price, you're having one-on-one consultations with people who are already want your offer, and you're not trying to convince them that they need training. They already know they do. You're just showing them why you the right person to get them results. So conversations in the sales chapter right around here, around this area, gonna follow a simple framework. So you want to understand why they're here, identify their challenges, find out what they have tried in past and why it didn't work. And if it did work, why they're here. So it means something happened, something went like it was not sustainable or something else. You want to find out this, okay? Now you want to show them how you solve these specific challenges, and you want to make them a custom offer with two options. You want to pay. You want them to pay in full, or you want them to do, a bi-weekly subscription, which is basically, you understand what, paying every 2 weeks. All right. So quick recap here. By this point, you're gonna have a qualified person. So I haven't seen the high close rate, not because I'm good in sales, but because this front end was nailed. I see people only who wanna give me money, and it doesn't mean that you don't need to have experience in sales or you don't have to know sales. You obviously have to in order to make to make this process as smooth as possible, and you're just basically guiding them through the sale and you accept the payment. But you gotta know how to overcome objections. You gotta have experience in sales, that's for sure. If you're brand new to sales, if you haven't been selling, this is probably gonna be a little bit more friction here. Okay, so here's the sales, how sales looks like. You see them in person. Before you do, you want to remind them about their appointment. This is important. With this, show rate will like skyrocket. Like if you just do appointment reminder, if you want to, and you want to make sure that they actually responded, yes, I'm coming. Okay, I'm not gonna go in like a super deep here. Pretty straightforward. Okay, and then when you see them, you deliver them value. So you haven't what you like, you deliver what you promised, which is free personal training session. And after, you sit down with them and you have a full consultation, which leads them to the close, and you make them a custom offer. And when you close the deal and you collect the cash, as long as you like when you did, you just take this money and you put it back right here in the front. So your first customer pays you for your acquisition of your next customers. Okay, because with this is a lot of money up front. So this is the first time they see you, they drop this amount of money. So what you want to do is you want to take this money and you want to reinvest them back so you can get 3, 4, 5 more clients, and you can just you're repeating this cycle until you get the full roster. And you can get to full roster within a question of weeks, not months, like half a year. No fucking way. Weeks if you're doing this right and if you're doing this fast. Okay? Now, step number 3, offer and delivery. So, a little bit about an offer. Basically, here we're gonna structure our offer as a premium service that people actually want. So this is not about charging more than this for the same thing that everyone else offers. It's about creating something different and something really valuable. Okay, so here instead of selling them individual training sessions, you want to sell them transformation packages. Okay, so instead of competing on price, we're gonna compete on results. We're gonna compete on value, and instead of being seen as an expense, you position this as an investment in themselves, in their health, in their well-being, and in their future. Because when it comes to like making money, it's proven that fit people make more money. All right. Now, me and my clients typically charge more than the gyms they used to work in, and it's not because we're all being greedy, but it's because that level of value we're able to provide. And it's not about just counting reps. It's about providing solution and elite level service that changes people's lives. And here's how it looks like in practice. Instead of training random people at the gym that your gym gave you for $30 a session, you're working with committed clients who gonna pay anywhere from $1,500 to $3,500 and more for transformation programs. And you're working with fewer clients, but you're making much more money and you're getting better results. So here's the math. Let me show you real quick. If you're training right now 120 sessions at $30 an hour, you're gonna make around 3,600 for 120 sessions. And if you're training the same amount of sessions but at $90 plus each, right? If we take just same amount but it's gonna be 90 or more, you can always charge more. This is no problem. I charge more than 90. You gotta make close to $11,000. If math is right, it's gonna be 10 services, 10,800, almost 11 fucking $1,000 for the same work. 3 times more money. But here's the beautiful part. When you deliver premium results, your clients are happier, they're more committed, and they're much more likely to stay and keep paying you. And more than that, they will bring you more clients. So let me show you real quick what's going on here. Let me erase this real quick. There we go. So here, you deliver them results, right? So this is thing number 1. Then you ask them for a review. So you have like a, I don't know, like a Google page, for example. You ask them for a review. They drop you a win. So what clients wins, I consider this as a, like when you do a good job, clients normally send you a message, hey, I feel amazing today. I lost 2 pounds. When you do your weekly check-ins with them, like, hey, I lost 2 pounds this week. I feel amazing. You want to screenshot those messages and you pin in your highlights in your Instagram. So they're dropping you these wins. Then when they have a transformation, you can ask for a testimonial and post your testimonials on your Instagram. And the most important, if you did a great job, they will send you new business. So it's only getting easier with the time. It's only getting easier and easier and easier to do the business. Business start working for you and your clients start working for you, right? Obviously, like here, let's talk a little bit about this part, renewals and upsells. I'm not gonna go in super deep here today. I'm gonna create another video on that. But for renewals, let's take a look here. Renewals, what's gonna be happening here? Almost no personal training clients. There's like, I've seen a few who are buying once. So what does it mean? That this thing you sell minimum 2 times. My clients pay on average like minimum 3, right? So this what you just sold, what you got here in the front end, and you went here and you did this offer, you closed the deal. Is actually, this customer will get you over their lifetime around $4,500 or more. If you did a good job, if you build a great connection with the customer, you're really resonating with them, they will make you much, much more money than this. This is super important. Okay? Now, with all this system, you know that this is actually not a rocket science to get rich as a personal trainer. And isn't that awesome knowing that this is actually not too difficult? This is kind of like it's super simple. You run an ad, you book them for an appointment, you walk them through the sales process, you accept payment, and you just these clients thing bringing you new business. Isn't that awesome? And when I've shared this system, you probably have a few questions in your head, and let me answer a few of them. Like something like, I don't know how to run ads. It's complicated. I can tell you that, well, I didn't know how to run ads either. And I had to learn it hard way. I was spending money and time to learn it. But when I figured is that the local market is the easiest one to work with. The trust is in the sky. You don't need to be marketing expert to do this. All you need is the right settings, strategically built creative. Your front end is super important here. And the qualification process dialed in. And that's it. It's not rocket science. It's just a skill that nobody taught you in your certification program. It's literally never been advertised. It's never been easier to advertise in human history. Now, you might think that ads are expensive. Well, again, you're in a local market. You don't need thousands of clients. You need 15 clients who are gonna pay you for your service every month. And if you're doing things right, you need a couple of $100 a month, which will maintain your business and will get you a new business. I will pull up my ads manager screenshots somewhere here. I'll attach them so you can see how much money I spend a month to make 5 figures. And I'm not making 10,000. I'm making a little more. So I'll show you exact expenses. I'll attach them somewhere here. Okay. And you also might think that this is not a good time right now, or you're not ready. Well, I can tell you that, man or woman, it's never been, it's never a good time for anything. There's no such a thing as a I'm ready, like right now I'm going all in. There's not. This time it's not gonna come, and it's actually costing you right now not knowing how to make this money. If you make like $3,000 a month and you can just do this and make 10,000, it costs you every single month $7,000 of not knowing how to make this. Like I I literally seen myself personal trainers who are 50 and 60 years old and they're still getting ready, and you probably don't want to be in that situation. I know that this is scary. I get it. Uh, it's much easier to stay in the comfort zone and hope that things will get better. But let me ask you this: how's it working for you so far? Here's what I want you to understand. Everything I've shared with you today, this is not a theory. This is a proven system that working for trainers right now. I've literally taken every single thing I've learned from building my own six-figure training business and helping other trainers do the same. And I've packaged it into a coaching program. So if you're serious about your career and you really want to build something meaningful and profitable, then just don't watch this video and do nothing about it. Take fucking action. Because there's a truth. 3 to 6 months from now, you're gonna be in one of these two places, guaranteed. You're either gonna be exactly where you're at right now, still struggling with the same problems, and still making the same money, and still feeling stuck. Or you're gonna be running your own successful personal training business, working with clients you wanna work with, who value what you do, and making that kind of money that gives you real freedom and real security. So what's the worst case scenario? If nothing works, let's assume that nothing works. What did you lose? You have nothing to lose. You're gonna be in this exact same position, but with experience. The choice is yours, but you have to choose. Because inaction is action as well. and it costs you more than you can imagine. You owe it to yourself to achieve everything you've ever wanted. And I'd love to help you make it happen because I've been there and I know how hard it feels like. So if you're actually serious about changing your life and your business, DM me on Instagram. I'll attach it somewhere here. And I'll talk to you soon.